Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Beatrice. If today is the first time seeing my channel, thank you so much for stopping by. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to go about the sewing of this beautiful dress. In my last tutorial, I shared with you guys the pattern drafting, and the link to that pattern drafting tutorial is in my description box. And today we are going to be sewing this dress together. So if this is what you're interested in, keep on watching and let's get started. So guys, these are the patterns I cut out from my previous class. If you've not watched that cutting part, the link is in the description box. Yeah, so this is the skirt part. What I basically did was I traced out this line like so I would know where to pleat. Or like I explained in your other video, before slashing out this area, measure to where you want your drape to stop, and then when you're pleating, you have it in mind that that's the measurement you're going to pleat and stop. But I'm doing this because it makes this easier for me. I cut out the front and I added 1.5 inch allowance for the back skirt part. You're going to replicate this on all the sides. Yeah, so this is for the skirt part. This is the skirt part. So this is the area where there is no pleating, and this is what it looks like. So the back part. So this is the back part. If you watched the other previous tutorial, I used the pattern for the cow neck to modify and draft for the back. Then I cut it out. I cut out 4 pieces of this back part because I'm going to be using lining for the other one. Yeah, so for the front, the cow neck top, this is what it looks like. I've cut it out. I've cut out a facing as well. This is what it looks like. This is the shoulder where I notched. So what I'm going to be doing right now is I'm going to take this to my stitching machine. From the shoulder area where we notched, you're going to stitch like so, all the way around. You're going to stitch all the way around. Then when you reach at this shoulder area, you're going to stop there. Then you are going to stitch the sides, the armhole area. You're going to stitch it to this area. I'm going to also stitch it from this side, and then you turn it inside out. For the back, you're going to place the back like so, right sides facing each other. You're going to stitch it by 1/2 inch like so, and the zipper area, and you stitch the sides as well. You're going to do the same thing on the other piece, and then you turn it inside out. Now we're stitching the skirt parts. So I'm going to give you a guide on how you're going to stitch this accurately. My slashed pattern, this is my number 1. So you can actually skip this part. I also can actually skip this part because I'm going to illustrate. It's for illustration purposes. So when you place your number 1, make sure you know where the sides are facing. You're going to mark the amount you slash this, like you spread it on your fabric. So I spread by 1.3. Then you're going to just mark it out. You're going to like mark it out like so. See, I've already marked out the lines. I'm just illustrating this to you so you can get it better. So from this point to this point, that's where you're going to pleat. So let me do this for you guys, and then when you do that, I'm going to do number 1 and number 2. So look at what I'm doing. You're going to pinch this area, the space in which you slash. You're going to pinch it and place it on top like so. You can also do it downward as well, but I prefer doing it, or let me try doing it downward. I'm going to pinch it from this up part and place it on the other side. Then I'm going to stitch this to hold it down. When you're finished stitching this area, you're going to take your number 2. Your number 2 is here. You're going to mark this out, and then you measure 1.3 inch, the amount you slashed it, you spread it, sorry, I'm always saying slash. So from this particular point to this point, you're going to fold it again. If you're folding it upward, you're going to maintain it by going upward. If you're folding it from upward going down, you're going to maintain it. You pinch it from this area and then you place it on top, and then you stitch and hold it down. Then when you reach this place, you stop. You take number 3, place it on this line. You mark out number 3. You mark out where number 3 stopped. You get? You marked out where number 3 stopped. Then you're going to measure that same 1.3 inch in which you spread it, and then you're going to continue like that. So now, if you notice, there's a part on this skirt that is not ruched. You get? There's a part on this skirt that is not ruched. So when you're stitching this, you're going to place it like so. So this is the part where the ruching is going to stop. You get? This is the part where the ruching is going to stop. Hmm? So what you're going to do right here is you're just going to pleat it up, just tiny pleats. You get? Because if you don't pleat it up, if you look at this now, hmm, you can't sew all the way from this particular area to here. When you sew, it will now signify that it's here the root stop, meanwhile it is here, this particular area, that it stopped. So you're just going to just pinch this and just, or pinch it downward like so. This is where the ruche stop. So what you're going to do is you're going to just pleat. I will just advise you, instead of pleating up, I'm just going to, instead of pleating down, I'm just going to do a tiny pinch here. You get? A very tiny pinch. So this is where the pleat is going to stop. So you're going to do the thing, you're going to do this for the other side as well, and you do it for the back part. So I'm pleating for the back part of the skirt. I'm done pleating the front part. You're going to pleat it on both sides. So I have finished stitching or pleating this skirt, and this is what it looks like. So I'm going to show you a trick here. You're going to, if you want this pleat to be very obvious and very neat, you're going to fold it like so, press it very well, fold the second part, press it with your pressing iron very well, and you're going to do the same thing for all the side. You can see how it's already forming. You get? It just give it a very good and neat finishing. So you're going to iron it like so. I'm going to iron it. I'll do the same thing for the back. So these are the back parts. This is what the back looks like. I pleated the zipper allowance side and the side as well. This is what the back looks like. It looks weird, but when I'm done ironing it, like I've illustrated like so, it's going to look more nice. And then for the back parts, I've gone ahead to place them right sides facing each other. I've stitched here like so. I stitched the zipper area and the sides, leaving the armhole area and the shoulder open. I stitch it like so. So for the front part, the cow neck part, if you look at this, I stitched from the shoulder like so, all the way to the other shoulder and also the sides. So I'm going to turn it inside out. Make sure you notch it though, and then give it a good press. I'll do the same thing for the back as well. So this is me ironing out the pleats on my skirt. I have ironed out all my pieces. I ironed out my back part. I turned it inside out. I ironed it. And I also ironed my zipper allowance. I ironed my zipper allowance. So this is the skirt part. This is what it looks like after ironing. You see how the pleats have been nicely formed. So just iron this and you're going to get this right. I did this for the back as well. This is what the back looks like as well. It's more relaxed. You get? I did it. This the other back part, and also this also the other back part. So you can see what it looks like. So I turned the cow neck area as well. You get? And I ironed it. So what we're going to be doing right now is we're going to be joining the shoulders. So this is the shoulder of the cow neck top. So you're going to take so this area now, you're going to just fold it inward, and this area that is open or is already free, you're going to fold it like so and stitch it. Fold it. You're just like hemming this lining part of the cow neck dress. You're going to hem it all the way to the other side, this particular side. So now we're going to join the shoulders together of the back part. Remember, this is the shoulder. We notch the shoulder part. So you're going to take the right sides. There's a way I iron this. Okay? This is how I placed it. So you're going to turn the right sides facing each other. Yeah. You're going to take this. So I'm going to place this like so. The shoulder part. Remember when I was stitching this, I didn't stitch this all the way to the shoulder. I left out some space here. So I'm going to place, this is the shoulder of the back. I'm going to place it like so. Take this particular side, and you see what I'm doing? You're going to place it together like so. Turn this other part to the other side. You get? And then you're going to pin it down. And you stitch it. You do the same thing for the other side as well. For the other side, this is what you're going to do. You take this other part of the back. You place it like so. Watch what I'm doing. You turn it to the other side. Arrange it properly. And then you stitch it by 1/2 inch. After stitching the back part to the front part, this is what it looks like. You see? It came out very clean. This for the other side. So now the cowl effect. I also hemmed the facing of the inside part of the cow neck. So what we're going to be doing right now is this is how the cow neck is going to form. It's going to form like so. You get? When I put this on my body, you're going to see it much better. This is how the cowl effect is going to form on top of my body. You see how it is? So what we're going to be doing right now is you're going to be taking the front part of your skirt. This is the front part of my skirt, and this is the waist area. You take it. This is the front part of your cow neck top. This is the front part. So you're going to take the skirt part, right sides facing each other. We're going to take it right sides facing each other. This is the right side facing each other. You're going to place it like so. I'm going to pin it down. You take it to your stitching machine. You stitch it by 1/2 inch. Then for the back part of the skirt, this is the back part, this is the right side. Then you're going to place it on top and stitch it by half of an inch. You do it to the other part of the back. So let me do this and then we'll come back and do the rest. I have stitched the front part, the cowl neck part, to the down part of the dress. You see? Let me turn it the other way around so you guys can see. So this is how the cowl effect is going to form. And I've stitched it. I've stitched the up part to the skirt part. I've done the same thing for the back part. Remember when cutting this out, I took out my dart from the back part, you get. So when you're going to, but I didn't stitch in my darts for the back part. So when you're going to stitch this the back part to the upper part of the back, you're going to have some excess here. You're going to like kind of like slant it and just trim it out. Or maybe when you're shaping, you know how to go about this. So what next? So the next thing to do right now is I'm going to fix my sleeve. So these sleeves, I choose to use an elastic at the down part. So what I'm going to be doing right now is I'm going to take this to my stitching machine, fold it like so, then fold it again like so, in such a way that your elastic is going to pass through. I'm going to stitch it all the way around. I'll do the same thing for the other sleeve. Then you're going to fix your elastic. The measurement you're going to get to cut your elastic is I'm using the small elastic. When I'm stitching this, I'm going to show you what it looks like. The measurement you're going to use is your wrist measurement. Your wrist measurements. You see, you're going to cut it and minus 1 inch from your wrist measurement. That's if my wrist measurement is 8, I'm going to minus 1 inch from it. You get? So let me go and stitch the casing for the elastic, and then I'll take you to the sewing machine to see how I'm pleating. I'm just going to, it's not something hard here. I just feel like showing you. I've already notched my midpoint. I'm going to place the right side facing each other like so. Then I'm going to pleat it. You get? You see? I'm going to make pleats and the other way around. After stitching my elastic casing, I was inserting my elastic into the casing using my safety pin. So I have put in my elastic to the hem of my sleeve. So what we're going to be doing now, we're going to be attaching the sleeve to the dress. So this armhole, this cowl neck side, the armhole seems a little bit complicated for me. So what I'm going to do right now is to know where the other side of the armhole stop. I'm going to measure whatsoever I get from the back armhole plus my allowance, which is 9.5. Then I'm going to measure 9.5. I'm going to just place it or turn it the other way around. Measure to where 9.5 is stopping. You get? So you know where that, because the front sample is a bit confusing. From your shoulder, you're going to measure like so. 9.5 stops around here. You get? You're going to mark it out. You're going to turn it. So now I've marked out where I want my I've marked out where the armhole is going to stop. So I know where I'm going to stitch and stop. So I'm going to fix the sleeve now. For the armhole, you're going to trim out any excess. And you're going to take your sleeve, one of your sleeve. You get the midpoint. This is the midpoint of your armhole. I've already gotten my midpoint. Then I'm going to place right sides facing each other. Then I'll start stitching. So what I'm going to be doing right now is we slashed and spread this sleeve. So we're going to, it's either you pleat it this way or you pleat it the other way. You get? So if you're pleating it facing the other side, it means you're going to pleat it to the other side like so. So I'm just going to pleat it like so. Pleat it in such a way that you're monitoring where it's going to stop. You get, like, you're monitoring how you're pleating so that it will fit into your armhole. So this is just what I'm doing. So when you reach close to the armhole side, you're not going to pleat it, you're just going to take it all the way to the other side. So to make this easier for you, if you want, you count the pleats. One, two, three, four, five that you've pleated on this side. Then you're going to pleat it the same way. Just use your pin to hold it down. You get? Because by the time you turn it to the other side, like you turn it the other way around to stitch, the pleat is not going to be on this other side. So you're just going to pleat this by five pleats. You get? Making sure that it reaches to the other side of the armhole in the front. So mind you, your armhole is around here. So you're going to pleat it. When it reaches to this side, you stop there. You stitch it. Continue from here, stitch it. Do the same thing for the other sleeve. What you're going to be doing right now is you're going to take your dress from the back part. I only ironed the zipper allowance for the half cut. So to make things easier for you, you're going to take this back part of the skirt and also go and iron the same zipper allowance, which was 1.5. You're going to iron it. Even though it's splitted, just take your time to iron it. Then when you iron it, we're going to go and do the shaping of the dress. After stitching my sleeves, this is what it looks like. I just placed the right sides, the front and the back. I pinned it together. You can see what I did. I pinned it from this area to the armhole because we're going to be shaping this dress right now. So I also pinned my zipper allowance area. So your zipper allowance area, you're just going to place your zip to where you want it to stop. I want mine to stop around here. Then where the zipper allowance stopped, you're going to make a straight stitch from this area. You're going to make a straight stitch, and then you're going to just leave just like 3 inches from downward to for your slit. You get? Or you can just stop somewhere around here for your slit. So yeah, we've moved from the table to the ground. My table couldn't contain me. So right now I'm going to be I'm going to be shaping out my dress, and we're going to be doing this together. My bust measurement is 35, and 35 divided into 2 is 17.5. You get? So I'm going to place it like so. Let me shift it for you guys to see. I'm going to place it like so. Then I'll mark 17.5. Then whatsoever I have left the other side, which is 2 inches, I'm going to split the measurement into 2. And I'm going to put one here, one on this side. I'm going to turn to the other side because when I'm stitching on the sewing machine, this other side I'm going to stitch. I'm going to mark out one as well. Then my waist measurement is 29. 29 divided by 2 is 14.5. You get? 14.5. Then I'm going to check what's remaining here. 1.5. I will divide it into 2 like so and mark it out. I will flip this to the other side and do the same thing as well. Then I'm going to mark out from my hip line is 10. So from where you join your half cut or your half borders, you're going to measure from there, which is 10 inches. That's how high my hip line is. So I'm going to mark half of my hip measurement. My hip measurement is 37. Half of 37 is 18.5. You get? So I'm going to mark it out. Then I'm going to check what is remaining here, which is 3. So 3 divided by 2 is 1.5. So I'm going to mark out 1.5 here and 1.5 the other side as well. Then I'm also going to replicate that because the same allowance I gave for my hip line, that's the same allowance I gave for my hemline. So I'm going to I'm going to mark 1.5 down as well, and then 1.5 this other side. So what I'm going to be doing is all the points that I've marked, I'm going to connect it. I'm going to connect my bust to my waist to my hip. You get? My waist to my hip. This ruffles is going to give you issues, but just take your time and do it. When you're stitching it on the sewing machine, on your sewing machine, you're going to know how you're going to align these ruffles. You get? You're going to face them like so and stitch it, and then you're going to connect it all the way down. You replicate the same thing for the other side. Now, the sleeve area, you're going to measure your your wrist circumference. You're going to place it, mark it, or you can just hold this by just half of an inch. When cutting this elastic, we I you're going to remove 1 inch from the elastic, so it's going to be lesser than your initial wrist. But that's why it is called an elastic. It stretches, so it would fit on your wrist properly. So you're going to just mark out half inch here. This is for the sleeve. You're going to just hold it by maybe 1 inch all the way to the, because you don't need the measurement of the elbow or your bicep. This is a free sleeve. Then you're going to mark it all the way to your armhole. This is your armhole. You're going to mark it to your armhole. You do the same thing for the other side. So I'm going to do this and stitch all the sides. When you're done stitching all the sides, all this fraying part, you're going to take it to your stitching machine and serge it or weave it so it will look neat. Around this skirt area, you're going to weave it as well. And then when I'm done stitching the dress by the sides, I'm going to fix my zipper, and then I'll come back and show you the end result. So I've stitched the sides, I've attached my zipper, and this is what it looks like. So this is the cowl effect. It looks weird now because I've not actually tried it on my body. So you're just going to bring it down. This is how the cowl effect is going to fall. And this is the skirt part, and this is the back part. I fixed my zipper, and then this is the sleeve. My table is not large enough to show you how this looks like, but this is the sleeve, this is the back, and then this is the front. This excess is the cowl effect. So when you wear it, you're going to push it down like so. So we've come to the end of this tutorial. Please like, subscribe, and share this video. I'll see you in my next tutorial.